Okay.
Of course, I had to ask the first question because I've seen Annabelle from way back. I've seen her beginnings in group.
So the microphone seems to be right. So I have to raise my voice for you to, Okay,
So we'll have another microphone for you, Sir Norman, so that everyone will be able to hear.
love my horrible.
But the microphone doesn't seem to love you.
This one. Okay, light question muna tayo. The very first time that I think it's Mama J who may have told you that, oh, Annabelle, are you ready to represent our country in this chart? The very first time that you were told about that, what was your genuine reaction?
My general reaction, actually, it was actually a phone call that I got on one fateful day, somewhat late October. It was actually Sir Derek from MBAR who called me, and he said, do you want to go and represent the Philippines at Miss Charm? And at first I was dumbfounded because I didn't really see it coming. I thought that that would be the end of my pageant journey for a long time at Miss Universe Philippines, but then that call caught me off surprise off of my lunch break from work, and with much thought I committed myself to it. And it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction to say yes, because pageantry is the national sport in the Philippines, practically speaking. I think most of the press can agree with that, and I know that there's a certain pressure when you carry the Philippine sash across your chest. But I thought long and hard about it, and that's what I signed up for when I joined Miss Universe Philippines. I signed up with a dream to represent the country, and now that it kind of found its way back to me, why would I say no? The answer would definitely be a yes, a resounding yes. And aside from saying that to Sir Derek over the phone, I think I've been saying yes each and every day to myself. Am I ready? Well, I show up every day as somebody who's willing to grow more as a person and willing to improve herself each and every day. And so that's how I've shown up over the past couple of months preparing for Miss Charm, and that's who I'm going to show up as in Vietnam come by tomorrow.
Thank you. A quick follow-up question now. I know you're the type of person who would study, prepare for something, especially an assignment like this. What is your honest take about Miss Charm? How do you understand this pageant? Because like, for the oldies among us, including myself, there used to be a Miss Charming international pageant way back when we were still young and beautiful. Yeah. Pero wala na yun, 1 or 2 years na yun. Now, Miss Charm. I'm sure you studied about Miss Charm. What have you learned about Miss Charm? What's your personal take on it?
For Miss Charm International, I think one thing we have to take into consideration with the pageant is it's a one-of-a-kind pageant, be it that it advocates for and includes blockchain technology and the use of it in the voting process, and also in our other activities that are going to come up and bubble up starting tomorrow, actually, while the voting is actually ongoing. But moreover, it's quite dedicated to the idea of sustainable tourism, which I think is something that we should get back on, especially in the midst of a post-pandemic world where everybody is going back into their lives, but with also the question of how should I go back into my life? How should I ease back into it? And when it comes to tourism, we should already be talking about or asking ourselves that question: how can we make it sustainable? How can we make it inclusive? And so that's what Miss Charm is all about. It's about sustainable tourism. It's about advocating and democratizing access and information about blockchain technology, because we're in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution and we need to be ready. And so it's sort of a classroom setting, if you will, but make it pageantry. So I hope that we can all learn together with Miss Charm.
Thank you for that, Annabelle, and good luck.
Webs, right? Web 1 was the basic internet that we had in the 90s. And Web 2 is how we typically use the internet now. It's social media. It's not just information being sent and spoon-fed to you in Web 1. Web 2 is giving people like us the chance to input their own ideas and their own content on Web 2. But with Web 3, it's a more transparent way of, it's a whole different ballgame of transparency, security, and moreover, it allows us not only to input information but also be amongst ourselves as well, like what you see in the metaverse, or as a more instantaneous means of transactions like our sponsors, namely Phison and MetaMask with the e-wallets. I think in the Philippines, our most recent, or rather our most common way of engaging with it is our e-wallets that we have on our phones. So that's just a basic gateway that you can use to get to know more about Web3 and blockchain technology. But in the context of Miss Charm, we used it for the voting process. So it's completely transparent. You can see users input or vote for their certain candidates in real time. February 10. So you can purchase certain NFTs with my face on it. And you can check out the links to it on either the Instagram or Facebook pages of Miss Charm. There's even a whole e-manual on how to vote for your candidate. Vote for me, specifically. Yeah, so there's a whole guide to it. But you basically just need to download either the Phison application on your phone or the MetaMask application on your phone. And you're pretty much good to go to purchase the NFT, and that'll be counted as a vote towards me. And because there's a special award called Miss Block Charm.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Annabelle. So an NFT with your face on it. Let's call it the McDonelle.
There are several NFTs that you can choose from as well.
Okay, I will download the MetaMask later. Are there any other questions? Yes, please.
Charming afternoon, Annabelle, and to all of you guys.
Hello.
This is Jay from Pageant Trend. Yeah. Question for you, dear. What are you looking forward for this pageant, especially in Vietnam?
What I'm looking forward to? Probably more pho and other Vietnamese goodies that I can get my hands on. But in all seriousness, I'm quite excited about discovering more about the Vietnamese culture, because you would actually be surprised that the Southeast Asian region actually had a very porous border during the pre-colonial times. So I'm quite excited to see the common ground that our Filipino culture has with the Vietnamese culture as well. I mean, their hospitality is something that we can definitely relate to a lot, and I can't wait to enjoy more of it.